Thomas Furby of Northeast Catholic, Mr. Harry Barfoot of Lincoln, Mr. Bert Barron of Mr. Ben Ogden of Overbrook, and in addition, Ms. Klein, Secretary-Treasurer. In basketball, bowling, swimming, baseball, track and field, and cross-country. All money derived from these playoffs is divided as follows. 1/3 of the net profits of the public schools, 1/3 for the Catholic schools, and 1/3 for charity. In both leagues, the number of teams participating in a given sport share equally and is allotted to athletic fund. The charity share is divided between the public school milk fund and the various Catholic charities. The commission also gives a very fine engraved certificate to each member of the team who competed and the manager and coach. And to the winning team school, likewise a special engraved certificate is awarded. I would like to thank the Blue Cross for the production of this film, which you are about to see.
World Championship game from Franklin Field. While the two teams are warming up on the field, Jackson High School sports editor of the Philadelphia Bulletin checks the lineup with Fred Hauser of Roxborough High. Coach Hauser is on the left. At the other end of the field, Joe Rogers, Villanova backfield coach, and one of our Blue Cross game spotters goes over the LaSalle lineup with head coach Tex Flannery. Coach Flannery is on the left of your screen also. Referee Bill Reynolds of Dayton University calls the respective co-captains Tom Boyle, number 21, and Tom Yanessa, number 43 of LaSalle, George Ryestad, number 74, and Jimmy Pownell, number 21 of Roxborough, for the toss of the coin. Dr. Leon Obermeyer, president of the Board of Education, makes the toss as Dr. Alan Wetter of the public schools and Monsignor Edwin M. Riley of the parochial schools, and Ben Ogden, chairman of the Interleague Commission, watch. LaSalle will kick off as Shaughnessy lines up behind his 40, and Shaughnessy gets off a boot down to Roxborough John Ascoli, who returns 10 yards to the Roxborough 38-yard line. Pownell on the dive play picks up about 3 yards. Right halfback, Broughton, gains 2 yards up the middle. Jimmy Pownell again takes a handoff for 3 more yards, but is short of a first down. George Rystad goes back to punt for Roxborough. The kick is blocked, but he gets it off to Shaughnessy on the LaSalle 19, and Shaughnessy returns 7 yards before he is brought down by Calhoun on the 26. Johnny Gallagher slants off tackle for about 4 yards. On the same play, off left tackle, Gallagher picks up 3 more yards. On the option play, Paul Aida pitches out to Herrera, but the play misses fire, and Herrera has to hustle back to the 20-yard line to recover the loose pigskin. Sal goes back into punt formation, and Shaughnessy boots one. It bounces into the hands of Jimmy Pownell on the Roxborough 36, and Jimmy runs it back to his own 47. Broughton on a dive play makes less than a yard. On the same play, picks up about a yard. Jimmy Pownell goes off his own right tackle for 3 yards but is short of a first down, and Roxborough has another kicking situation. George Rystad goes back to kick for Roxborough. Rystad gets off a beautiful punt. Shaughnessy takes it, drops the ball on the LaSalle 5, but manages to recover and get out to his own 17-yard line. Maxwell slants off his own right guard for no gain. On second down, Paul Aida attempts a quick pass to his right end over the center, but the ball is intercepted by Rystad, who returns the pigskin for 24 yards and a touchdown as Rystad's determination shook off two would-be LaSalle tacklers. Joe Luthi attempted the point after touchdown for Roxborough, but the kick was wide of the goal posts, so the score remains rocking. The time of the score, 5:47 of the first period. Rystad kicks off for Roxborough, and the ball goes down to Jerry Waltmate on the LaSalle 21, and he returns for short yardage to the 25. On a handoff, Johnny Herrera fights his way for about a yard. Waltmates, on a fullback trap up the middle, picks up good yardage, but LaSalle is offsides and is pushed back to the 21. Johnny Herrera picks up 5 yards on a trap up the middle, but the Little Explorers were over-anxious again and are set back to the 16-yard line. Herrera on the same trap up the middle spins for 9 big yards. Not a big guy, but plenty of speed. Maxwell plunges for 3 yards on a full back trap over center, but the Little Explorers are short of a first down. Shaughnessy goes back to kick for LaSalle once again, and he arches one to Bob Foyle on Roxborough's 34. Foyle returns 11 yards to his own 45-yard line. Jimmy Pownell now digs for 5 yards on a dive play. An attempted fullback slant by Luthi loses a couple of yards as Harry Eustace bursts through the line to drop him. Bob Minnesal drops back and tosses a long pass down the middle intended for Jimmy Pownell, but the aerial is just a little bit too long and rolls off Jimmy Pownell's fingertips at the 20. Rystad goes back and punts to Johnny Herrera, who hauls the ball in on his own 17, and he gets back to the LaSalle 26. Maxwell on a crossbuck is stopped after a 5-yard advance. Herrera on a trap over center is stopped by Calhoun short of a first down. Maxwell slants off his own right guard for a first down on the LaSalle 41. This is the initial first down of the ball game. Aida on a belly option keeps and picks up very short yardage. Johnny Herrera races out to the 47 on a dive play. Jerry Waltmate is inches short of a first down at midfield. Paul Aida sneaks across the midfield stripe for the necessary yardage, and LaSalle has another first down. Aida on the belly option to his left picks up a yard as the first period comes to an end. Score, Roxborough 6, LaSalle nothing. There's your scoreboard reading now. On the first play of the second period, Waltermate attempts a drive over the center but is stopped by Calhoun after a short gain. Aida drops back to pass, but throws one much too long for left end Bob Smith. Shaughnessy goes back to kick for LaSalle and punts one to Bob Foyle, who gets a good bounce on his own 10-yard line and returns to his own 24. However, a clipping penalty nullifies the fine run back, and Roxborough is set back to its own 6-yard line. Jimmy Pownell now drives up the middle for about 3 yards. Johnny Osborne makes a nice play for LaSalle here as he slashes through to bring down Pownell for a 7-yard loss to Roxborough's 2-yard line. Rystad has to drop back deep in his own end zone and lofts one to Joe McNichol. Joe plays the bounce and returns the kick from Roxborough's 41 for 5 yards to the 37-yard line. Herrera goes off his own right tackle on Flannery's drive series for a 9-yard advance. Quarterback Paul Aida now rolls out to his own right and picks up a first down. Almost threw it away. Johnny Herrera now dashes off his own right tackle again for 6 yards. Herrera repeats on the same play and is inches short of a first down on the 14-yard line. Paul Aida now electrifies everyone by dropping back and hitting Herrera out in the left flat with a short pass. Herrera dashes the last 6 yards into the end zone after making a brilliant catch. Time of the score is 7:55 of the second period. Herrera's try for the extra point is blocked by Roxborough's Ron Griffin. Score, Roxborough 6, LaSalle 6. Shaughnessy kicks off for LaSalle, and the ball is hauled in by Joe Luthi on the Roxborough 28. Joe returns for pretty good yardage. Broughton tries a slant off his own left tackle, but is stopped for no gain. Pownell circles his own right end and gets a first down on his own 38. This marks the first time Roxborough moved the sticks in the ball game. Roxborough shifts into a single wing right as Pownell goes off tackle for about a yard. From the same formation, Jimmy Pownell now reverses to Broughton who grinds out 6 more yards. Pownell picks up 2 yards off his own left guard. Roxborough is short again. Rystad drops back into the kicking spot once again for Roxborough. Bad pass, but he gets it off and boots it down to Shaughnessy, who slips and falls on his own 22-yard line. Wallamate takes a handoff from Aida and goes for 3 yards. Maxwell slants off his own right tackle for about 1 yard. Herrera, on an outside dive, picks up 2 more yards. LaSalle is short and has a kicking situation as Shaughnessy goes back to punt for the Little Explorers, and Shaughnessy bounces one into the hands of Bob Foyle, who returns 5 yards to his own 32-yard line. Roxborough again goes into single wing right as Jimmy Pownell tries to slip around his own right end, but runs into a host of LaSalle tacklers and a pile of snow after picking up 2 yards. Tommy Yanessa now slams through to spill Foyle for a 7-yard loss. LaSalle drops back to attempt to pass, but is rushed off his feet by Johnny Osborne and is dropped on his own 22 for another Roxborough loss. Rystad drops back once again for Roxborough and takes a poor pass from center, but gets his kickoff to the Roxborough 39. Herrera on a pitch out from Aida speeds for 7 yards around his own right end. Maxwell on a fullback counter powers his way up the middle for a first down on the Roxborough 25. Aida goes back to pass and throws one deep into the end zone, intended for Herrera. But the pass is broken up by a brilliant piece of defensive work by Bob Foyle as the pass and our end zone photographer fall to the ground harmlessly. Aida drops back to attempt another pass, but Jimmy Pownell gets into the act and makes an interception on his own 14 and runs it out to his own 21. Pownell dives for a couple of yards. Jimmy Pownell now takes a pitch out from LaSalle and runs the width of the field, but picks up only 2 yards as the first half comes to an end. Score: Roxborough 6, LaSalle 6. In a driving rain, Rystad kicks off to LaSalle's Gallagher to start the second half. Gallagher returns 15 yards to his own 42. However, LaSalle was offsides on the kick, and Roxborough accepts the penalty. LaSalle kicks off this time and boots one to Waltermate on his own 19, and he returns to LaSalle's 36. Maxwell powers up the center for good yardage, but a backfield in motion penalty puts the ball back to the 31. Gallagher attempts a slant off his own right guard, but is stopped by Martin for no gain. Herrera slants off his own right tackle for a couple of yards. Gallagher on a fullback counter powers his way for about 3 yards. There's a nice slow motion sequence. Shaughnessy goes back to punt for LaSalle once again. And he gets off a good punt to Pownell, who returns for 7 yards to his own 36. Broughton rams through the middle for 5 yards. LaSalle now drops back and attempts a long pass intended for Jimmy Pownell, but the aerial is broken up by Shaughnessy on the LaSalle 37-yard line. LaSalle now drops back to attempt another pass, but is way off the mark. Rystad goes back to kick for Roxborough and gets off a boot to Shaughnessy, who takes the apple on the LaSalle 23, and he returns to the 30. Maxwell on a fullback counter up the middle runs it out to the 41 for a first down. Maxwell on the same play picks up 4 yards to his own 45. Herrera on a trap play up the middle is good for 2 more yards. Maxwell now slants off his own left guard and is good for a first down on the Roxborough 49. Maxwell slants off his own right tackle for 3 yards. On a fullback counter behind good blocking by Herrera, Maxwell picks up another 5 yards. Aida on a keep going to his left picks up enough yardage for a first down, but an offside penalty pushes LaSalle back to the Roxborough 47. Herrera slants off his own right tackle for about a yard. Shaughnessy has to drop back again for LaSalle into the kicking spot and boots one that bounces over into the end zone. Just about clears it, too. Broughton runs into mean opposition as he hits the middle of the LaSalle line, but manages to pick up a yard. LaSalle now drops back to pass for Roxborough and throws a long one way downfield intended for Pownell, but the pass is intercepted by Shaughnessy, who loses his balance but keeps possession on the Roxborough 49-yard line. Maxwell on a dive play bulls his way for 5 yards. Herrera attempts to sweep his own right end but loses 3 yards. Maxwell on a fullback counter up the middle picks up about 4. Shaughnessy once again in the kicking situation drops back for LaSalle and gets off a low kick that bounces around crazily and finally rolls into the end zone. Once again, this one just about got over. Pownell now fights his way for 3 yards, right smack up the middle. Pownell now sweeps his own right end and is forced out of bounds by Tom Boyle on the Roxborough 26. Luthi slants off his own left tackle and gets a yard at most. Roxborough is faced with another kicking situation. Rystad drops back to Booth and finally gets a good pass from center, and believe it or not, this one is partially blocked by Ray Weinman, and the ball is downed immediately by Roxborough on its own 38. Maxwell slants off his own right tackle for a couple of yards. On a fullback counter, Maxwell powers his way down to the Roxborough 29, just short of a first down. Herrera takes a pitch out from Maeda and circles his own right end with a tremendous burst of speed to the Roxborough 16 and another LaSalle first down. Maxwell slants off his own left tackle to the 8-yard line. Watch this slow motion sequence as the workhorse of LaSalle powers his way. Maxwell now bulls his way inside the Roxborough 5-yard line for a first down as the period ends. Score, Roxborough 6, LaSalle 6. Maxwell slants off his own left tackle to the 1-yard line to start the last period. Here's an excellent slow motion sequence, and as you can see, that field is no place for pedestrians. Waltemates is dropped for a loss of 1 yard by Griffith and Boyle as a fighting Roxborough digs in. Maxwell makes only 1 yard as he slants off his own right tackle, and the stubborn Roxborough defense halts the LaSalle drive. Rotten goes off his own left tackle for a couple of yards. Pownell now picks up a few yards off his own right tackle, but an offsides penalty against LaSalle moves the ball out to the 12, just short of a first down. Yanessa now breaks through to nail Jimmy Pownell for a 3-yard loss. Again, Roxborough has to kick. Rystad drops back into his own end zone and gets his kickoff to Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy hauls the apple in on the Roxborough 41 and returns to the 29. Maxwell, on a drive up the middle, picks up 7 yards. Maxwell slants off his own left guard down to the 17-yard line for another LaSalle first down. Maxwell now finds a big hole off his own right tackle and pours through to the 9-yard line for an 8-yard advance. Maxwell attempts to slant off his own left tackle but misses a first down by inches. Guess who carries the ball for a first down to the Roxborough 7. He never quits, that Maxwell. Here's our measurement for the first down, and referee Bill Reynolds gives the signal. Herrera now carries to the 4. Maxwell now plunges over the center into the end zone for the touchdown. Herrera's try for the point was good to bring the score to LaSalle 13, Roxborough 6. On the first play after the kickoff, Pownell goes up the middle for 2 yards. LaSalle now drops back to pass but is rushed by Osborne and trips and falls for a 5-yard loss. LaSalle drops back again to try a pass from his own 15, but the toss is intercepted by Walt McDonald, who returns 14 yards to the Roxborough 21-yard line. Maxwell finds a good hole at right tackle and is good for 5 yards. Waltermate picks up 2 more yards on a dive play. Maxwell slants off his own left tackle for a first down on the Roxborough 9-yard line. Waltermate, on an outside dive off his own right tackle, gets down to the 3-yard line. Maxwell slants off his own right tackle and powers his way to inches short of the goal line. Maxwell knifes over this time for the 6 points. Herrera's attempted conversion is blocked. Score, LaSalle 19, Roxborough 6. Shaughnessy kicks off for LaSalle to the Roxborough 14-yard line, where Bob Foyle hauls it in and runs back to his own 35. Nice bit of running. Pownell starts around his own right end. Cuts back inside and goes for a first down on his own 46-yard line. Boyle cuts off his own left tackle for about 2 yards. Broughton slants off his own right tackle for 6 yards with a nice burst of speed. Broughton now sweeps his own right end and picks up a first down on the LaSalle 45. Boyle goes off his own left tackle for very short yardage as the 20th annual City High School Championship football game comes to a close. The final score, LaSalle 19, Roxborough 6. And now this is Charlie Tomasco winding it up for Blue Cross and Blue Shield, who sincerely believe in better health through sports.
I'm Father Furphy, a member of the Interleague Commission that sponsors the annual football game you have just watched. I think you will all agree that you saw an excellent, exciting, well-played game. But I assure you, it was even more colorful and interesting in 3 dimension out there at Franklin Field the day it was played. That's why I want to urge all of you in the audience to make a real effort to get out and watch the next Interleague Football Classic when it is played. Whether your team happens to be in the championship playoff or not, go see that game. You'll be so glad you did. It is the top scholastic game of the year. You'll see real champions in action, including many players of the all-star teams you read about on the sports pages. Someday, some of those young men will be college football heroes, perhaps talked about from coast to coast, for we turn out a fine brand of player here in Greater Philadelphia. You young men, make a date with your girlfriend and take her to the game. Or make a party of your classmates. It's the really smart affair of the city's high school season, you know. And here's another suggestion. You mothers and dads, why not make a point of watching the game with son and daughter? Again, you company executives might want to buy a block of tickets for your employees. They'll appreciate it, you may be sure. The annual Interleague game is fine sports and good sportsmanship at its best. And furthermore, it is an important effort in financing the sports programs of both high school systems. It deserves your support. May we count on seeing you at the next Interleague football game. Thank you.